Weight Watchers revamped itself again. They do this every year, and I'm just used to it. It's not a big deal to me, but it seems like we're going back to more of a freestyle type format. Not format, but I don't even know what you call it, but it's more like freestyle. So the algorithm is still going to be the same. Points are calculated on calories, protein, fat, saturated fat, fiber's been added, you know, all those things that we were calculating our points on. From what I heard, like years ago, sugar was like a big part of the calculation. And then if you added fiber, you know, it lowered it. And so here, I think over the past few years, just as the science has proven, you know, protein brings down the points. So your vegetables are still free, which I love. And you know, it's encouraged me to actually add more vegetables to my food. And so I'm very happy for that. And another thing is fruit is still, unless you're diabetic, fruit is still a 0 point food. So the 0 point foods are beans and lentils, which includes peas, and eggs, tofu, tempeh, chicken breast or turkey breast. So that and cottage cheese, or so low fat-free cottage cheese and fat-free yogurt. So it can be Greek yogurt, regular yogurt, whatever. So all of your 2-ingredient dough recipes are still, you know, going to be good. And so any recipes that you created in the app are going to stay. They will be adjusted to the new point system. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to recreate your recipes. So I was happy for that. So let's talk about what I did this morning to set myself up for success. Well, I did this last night. I made my lunch, okay? I got some ground turkey breast, and I made some chili with that, but I added finely chopped up carrots and celery to it, just to bulk it up, onion, and I had some cherry tomatoes that I needed to use up, so I cut those up and put them in there as well. So that's a lot of vegetables. It's almost like a ragu, but it's not. It's a chili, because I added chili seasoning, and then I added black beans and corn, and then I added, so all that stuff is 0 points, right? And then I added a can of ranch style beans, because I love ranch style beans. Went really light on the salt, because I am trying to decrease my sodium because of, you know, water retention and things like that. So anyway, that's what I have for my lunch. So basically all I have to do is take the so in the app, I don't have to go in and actually create a recipe for all this stuff. My chili made so 1.5 cups is a serving, and I think it made like, if I counted it right, I think it made like 10 cups. So I just have to take 10.5 servings, take the ranch style beans and divide that by 10.5, and that's a portion. So that's the only thing I have to count in that soup. You understand? Okay. I don't count for the seasonings that I put in it. I never have, never will. That's how I've worked the program. Now I know some people do count their seasonings, and there's some programs where you've got to count every freaking condiment, you know, that you do. And I don't understand how counting points and counting, you know, all these little things, it's the same. Calories in, calories out, people. That's what it is. So anyway, that's my plan to, you know, to make this adjustment. I did lose weight on freestyle. I think I lost about 8 pounds on freestyle. I lost 10 pounds on Smart Points, and then 8 pounds on freestyle the last time I weighed. And I was, so it was a good 18 pounds I lost. And you guys, for me to lose 18 pounds, sorry about that. That brings me down to a size like 6. Yeah. And, you know, my face gets smaller. And that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, is my face. I want my face to be smaller. So, you know, we're getting serious before the holidays. I am cutting back on the alcohol. no more than 1 glass a day, if at all. And it's not like rollover point, so I'm not going to roll over the glasses to the end of the week. But, this is a decision I'm making for myself because it is going to serve me right now. It's going to serve my goal. And that's what I'm looking at, is my goal. How is this going to serve my goal? And, I want to talk about your why, okay? Any, motivational speaker, any kind of, productivity or mindset guru, they all talk about your why, because your why is such a motivator. Now, I used to do a lot of multi-level marketing, and they all want to know your why. Why are you doing this? And they want you to attach it to some sort of like emotional feeling that's going to make you motivated, right? So, why do you want to pay off bills? Do you want to stay at home and have more time with your family? Are you, do you want to take your families on vacation? Or, just these are the kind of things that multi-level direct marketing, Tupperware type companies do. All right. But also, I guess there's some kind of science behind it, but Weight Watchers is like, what's your why? Why do you want to lose weight? Because this is going to motivate you. And, let's just all be honest. Okay. Which means let's me, myself, and I be honest. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy for my grandson because, I just don't want to die yet. I'm not there. That's not what I want. So, what's my why? I don't know. But I do know that, positivity, moving forward, emotion, an object that is in motion stays in motion, or something like that. So, I'm going to look for momentum, you guys. I'm not so much concerned about motivation as I am about momentum and consistency. It's about creating habits. We all know that, right? And there's, all these little tricks, habit stacking, and, and if y'all want to know more about this kind of stuff, I'm happy to tell you, but if you're like me, you've done all these programs, you've read the literature, you've listened to the speakers, and so it's just a matter of doing it. This weekend, someone told me something about yo-yo dieting and discipline, and I'm like, oh my God. Consistency. I don't like the word discipline because to me that's, it just doesn't have really good connotations for me, right? But consistency, I can swallow that better. And this is semantics, but so I was doing my daily readings this morning. I was reading this little book that has Bible verses in it, and you read it throughout the day. And it talked about constant gladness in service. And so I said that, I want to cut back on the alcohol because it's not serving me right now. And anything that we do, whether it's in our spiritual life, whether it's in our health, we must put ourselves first. And I don't mean in a bad way, but we must love ourselves, because if we don't love ourselves, if we're not gentle with ourselves, if we don't give ourselves grace, no one else will. They may, but we're not going to accept it as easily. So, constant gladness, positivity, joy. Serve. I think there's something like, God loves a cheerful giver. And my word for the last year was delight, because of that, the verse in Psalms, delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. Well, what that really means is to be more Christ-like, or to be more like, be more Christian, be more, delight myself in those things, not like all the fun and happy things. So delighting myself in myself, doing this for myself, putting myself first, in that this way I can be of service to those that need me. Because in my path, God has put my father, my brother, my husband, my son, my 2 daughters, and my grandson. And I'm here to serve them, And so I can't serve them if I'm not healthy, if I'm not around. Watching my father, live his last days, he has few joys. One of his joys is me coming around. My father is he's a really intelligent man. He's very well educated and has traveled the world. He's had an incredible life. He owned his dream car. He owned a Corvette and has always driven like really luxury vehicles. And in the end of his life, he could care less about any of that stuff. Now is when my dad wants me to be around. He absolutely loves my grandson being around. So that's what's important. That is what is important. And all of this food stuff, all of this point stuff, you'll get there when you get there. Don't worry about the gimmicks. Don't worry about the, whatever plan you're on, or whatever it is that you're doing for yourself today to be healthier and to be better. You've got to start with being kind to yourself. So be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace and make the next right decision. So think about it that way. Don't get so overwhelmed on, these are 0-point foods, or, I'm drinking this shake and eating this bar or whatever. What serves you? What serves you so that you can serve others? Or if you're just like an incredibly selfish person, what serves you so you can serve you, Anyway, I know I'm rambling on, and I know this is going to be an unedited video. I'm putting this up on YouTube, and we'll see what kind of response comes out of it. But I'll also put this on my Facebook group. So anyway, those are my thoughts for today on Weight Watchers, the new plan, what motivates me, and all of the little catchphrases and all these little programs that are going around. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you're doing keto, if you're doing anabolic diet, if you're doing carnivore, if you're doing, Herbalife or Optavia, where, everything's, packaged out for you because you don't like prepping, whether you're doing Weight Watchers like I am, the Daniel fast, whatever. What is that, hard 75 or something? It's soft 75. There's so many, but take some time, figure it out, what works for you. Oh, calories, that's the other one, right? I think that's anabolic. Nothing, just be kind to yourself. All right, I'll see you next time. And yes, I will post what I'm eating.